Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 8 minutes past the hour on this fourth day of December. Turn up Thursday, turn down for what? Oh my God. Why do I not feel like it is December? Why do I not feel like it's the holiday season? Tell me why. Welcome to hashtag Truth Be Told. JD Live, your early morning get up, wake up, information, inspiration, motivation, conversation that promotes elevation. Yours truly, Joe Dupree in the and we're broadcasting live on Facebook Live, Instagram, Twitter, X at the JDMS, and you can catch us on YouTube at 100 BLK Media. One of the biggest streams I got rolling right now on YouTube at 100 BLK Media is The Greek Show and the Battle of the Bands from the 52nd Bayou class. Big ups to all the big winners. I know the Deltas won on the female side, the Kappas won on the men's side. So congratulations to those fraternities and sororities for all they do. Speaking about fraternities and sororities, today is the fourth day of December. I would be remiss if I did not say Happy Founders Day to the men of the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Listen, it is the day your big day of founding was founded. Alpha Phi Alpha was founded in New York at Cornell. Happy Founders Day to all the alphas. I see people jumping on, getting on. I see you on Instagram. I see you on YouTube. I see you on Instagram. I see you on Facebook. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yesterday was Sean P's birthday. So listen, I'm still telling him happy birthday today because he celebrated yesterday because that was his day. And today is the day after. And I'm still saying happy birthday, Sean P. Yours truly, Joe Dupree in the building. I'm feeling like the trash panda. I don't drink, but I'm tired. Oh my God. Man, the raccoon got loose. Raccoons are gangsters. If anybody know anything about a raccoon is a straight gangster. And the raccoon got loose in the liquor store, and everybody's talking about it, calling it the trash panda. They selling t-shirts and everything. Man, it don't take us but 1 second to make some real money off of something that's going on. I'm saying. All right, family. Woo, besides that, in the news, of course, everybody's talking about, are we at war right now? Because we've had some questionable things going on in Venezuela as we drop bombs and attack these alleged drug smuggling boats that are sending drugs into the country, leaving there, going to send drugs toward the U.S. Because we really can't, somebody said, well, what happened? They're sending drugs somewhere else. Why are not other nations making strikes on these drug boats? Well, you got to talk to the president. That's his thing, not one of my things. Nevertheless, we got to pay attention. Got to pay attention. Last time I checked, uh, there are certain levels that you can use military discretion in conflict. Um, this double tap. Don talked about it yesterday. Those of us who know what a double tap is when it comes down to drawing your weapon and a double tap, they have a double tap in the Navy. That means they hit their target once and you need to pass back around and hit it again and make sure. So the admiral will be before Congress talking about, man, why do we do the double tap? Y'all give it up for the birthday boy. Back at it again. You see him.
What up?
44
What up? What up?
revolutions around the sun. Sean P. and the Sean P. Experience, the 3i Podcast. Sean, good morning to you, brother. How you
What's up?
doing?
What's up? Good morning, man. Just hopping in on the tail end of your conversation, man. I know we have an international show, but anybody in the local region, Acadiana area, New Iberia, St. Martin parishes, the weather out there is tumultuous. It's horrible weather out there. Be
Is it
careful.
is it raining,
Highways and
raining?
byways.
Is it raining?
Man, I just got soaking wet. I just got drenched coming over here, man. Like, it's bad. It been
Okay,
all night like that, and it won't stop until about 10 a.m. So from
okay.
now until 10 a.m., you're on the road right now. People got kids going to school. I know Lafayette Parish put school back, the time to put school time back. So
Correct.
I'm just giving a little word of warning.
Right. So if you are in Southwest and South Louisiana, anywhere going from Lake Charles all the way to New Orleans, because when it starts to rain around here and it's nonstop raining, what we really got to worry about is flooding. It will quickly flood around here. Water will rise quickly because, first of all, this is low-lying areas and land. So some folks would say, man, why you mean it would flood? Yeah, it will flood. It will flood. If you've ever been in New Orleans and you've been in New Orleans for an event and all of a sudden it started raining, you were very happy if your vehicle was parked downtown and it was parked on a higher level of the parking house instead of just being parked on the lower level on the streets. Because I'm telling you, it can flood that quick. That quick. So
I try to always explain to my out of state friends how much, like you saying, like it floods so fast. If you remember now, Joe, about 4 or 5 years ago, it was like a great flood. That seemed like a regular rain day.
right.
But looking at my friends' social media in Youngsville and Broussard, certain places, they were showing their house on live, like the water just rising
In
in
the
their
house
house. It was
before
crazy.
you just like water is a monster. Before you came on, Sean, water is almost like the raccoon that got loose in the liquor store that everybody's talking about. I'm telling you, when water gets loose, it
I
get
heard about
loose.
that.
Hey, the trash panda, man, I am
So
cracking
Joe,
up that
we
just
had the escape monkey about a month ago, and now we got a raccoon getting drunk at the at the cat. What's up with that, Joe?
I believe they experimenting on these animals, and these animals have some level of consciousness that all of a sudden they saying they know some things we know, and they doing some things that we do. That's just the bottom line. Just
Now,
the
Joe, let
bottom
me ask you a
line.
question. For the
Mhm.
audience to follow up on the whole monkey thing, did you see the footage of the sister that shot the monkey? The reporter interviewed the sister. Have you seen that footage?
I haven't seen that footage. Talk to me, Sean. Talk
It
to
was
me.
crazy, Joe. It was
How,
crazy. It
how'd
was
it
crazy.
go? How'd
It
it
was
go?
crazy.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
First of all, Joe, she said that she thought whenever the wildlife, whoever come out there with they were gonna wrap the monkey up, and she said they had the monkey just the body just sitting there for I don't know how long. Then they just took the body and just drug it off. Blood everywhere. She got kids outside. It was a crazy video, Joe. I'm not making this up. I'm not being funny this morning. You gotta go on YouTube and find this video footage, dog.
I got to. I
I thought
got
you saw
to.
it. I thought you saw it. It was
I
crazy.
got to.
What
I,
you
I
described it sounded crazy, bro. And she was
hey,
serious, but it was comical.
so right now they changed Operation Swamp Sweep to Operation Catahoula Crush. So it's not Operation SS no more. It's Operation CC. They have been arresting people left and right down in New Orleans to the point that I have friends who are managers in the hospitality business. If you know New Orleans is literally a town that is ran by hotels and hospitality. If you're not in
Yes,
a restaurant, you're
yes,
in a hotel. That
yes.
is the life stream of New Orleans, hotels and restaurants. To be exact, what makes New Orleans so attractive is the hotels and the restaurants are in walking distance of major event venues. That's why the
Joe,
Super Bowl loves New Orleans. That's why major football and baseball and basketball events
NCAA.
love New Orleans. That's
Yep.
why concerts love New Orleans because New Orleans is the only place.
Joe, for instance, I parked my car Friday night or whatever. I didn't touch my car again till it was time to leave Sunday evening, Sunday night. My car stayed parked where I put it. Because everything I'm going to, walking distance, everything we going to, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I mean,
New
it was
Orleans
supreme.
is literally the Vegas of the South without all the casinos. Really. Really, just the Vegas of the South without all the casinos.
And there was a casino, Harris, whatever, down
Well,
there.
it's Caesars now.
Caesars.
Right,
Caesars.
right, right, right.
In my quarter zip, let me say Caesars.
It's Caesars now. Because everybody wants to be a Caesar. You know, go down there and lose your money if you want to. I ain't been inside Caesars, and somebody invited me inside Caesars for the Bayou Classic. I just can't do it. It's just something about me and
I can't do it, Joe.
releasing
I
my
can't do it.
money on a
I can't.
chance like that. I
I
just
work too
can't
hard, bro. I work too
I
hard for my
can't
money.
do it.
And I'm
Now,
gonna tell
for
you one
those
thing, Joe. It don't sound funny. I know for strip clubs, the stereotype is, well, they got good wings over there. But seriously, at casinos, I enjoy casino cuisine, Joe. Is that a phrase? Casino cuisine? I
oh,
enjoy the fine
let me
delicacies
say
at
this.
casino.
Let me say this, that I'm gonna say it the best I can. Some of the best food you're gonna get is gonna be in some of the roughest places that you ain't supposed to be at. I'm telling you, it's something about that food truck outside the strip club or the kitchen inside the strip club where they're cooking them wings or the food at a casino. Some of the best food you'll ever eat will be at a casino. I
Let me tell you,
infer,
Joe.
talk to me.
I had a job for 8 years on a delivery truck, right? So being on the truck 70 hours a week, you stop at anywhere to get something to eat. So my ex-girlfriend, hope she doing good right now, wherever you at. I wanted to take her to this fine restaurant one time, but it was attached to a truck stop. And she was so appalled. You gonna take me to a truck stop? She was flipping out, Joe. I had some of the best food ever at that truck stop. I thought I was being a gentleman. Think where I had to go. She was mad, Joe, but my point is saying is, yes, some of the finest foods you can find is in some of the lowliest places. You would never think they got it popping over there like that, but you probably have to pull over and go and see what's up, man. You'll be surprised.
Right. The cooks over there know what they're doing. They know how to put the whisk and the spatula to whack. They know how, hey, they working their wrist.
Whip it real hard. Whip it real hard.
That's what they doing.
Real hard.
Yes, sir. Hold it. It's 20 minutes. I see my man Pittsburgh in here. Steeler Nation. I'm still screaming Steeler Nation until I can't more. I know we playing the Ravens. I know we playing to figure out who's the big dog in the North. At the end of the day, I'm Steelers until I get up out of here. I know you Cowboy fans all of a sudden have a resurgence and y'all talking about y'all headed to the Super Bowl. And I'm one of the few people who will say the following. I believe they might go to the Super Bowl this year. This might be the year that the Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. They got all
a first round exit.
Well, okay, we'll see. You know, if they do, I won't be shedding one tear because I'm not a Cowboy fan at all. Good morning, Willie Pickens. Good morning, my brother Eddie Barnett. Good morning to everybody out there. I see y'all logged in. I see y'all peeking in, all that. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Peace to the family, man.
Out to me, man.
I had something for you, Joe. Something just for you that's special, right?
All right.
Back in on yesterday's conversation, talking about your early beginning of your life and how things started. It's a book. I'm the book guy. It's a book that just came out about Tupac Shakur. It's called Only God Could Judge Me, I believe. And the journalist, he went and found the actual people from Tupac Shakur's song, Brenda Got a Baby.
Okay.
He wondered, I wonder if the baby is actually still alive. He did the journalistic work to get investigators and all that and found the actual baby from the song Brenda Got a Baby. The young man is still alive and well. Then he went and found the actual mother from that song and actually had them reunited, Joe.
Oh, okay.
It's a beautiful story. Okay. But I wanted to tell you that based on yesterday's conversation. I wanted to tell you about that reunion and how that was. It was a beautiful story.
Sean, I'm glad that I got that emotional out of me yesterday. But listen, and I'm gonna bless you with something. I'm glad I was able to do it. You know, I hated that I did it on your birthday because there was so much I wanted to talk about. But
that was the best. That was the best.
I both know I have many a time spoke to you, and we will continue the conversation before I get old and great and cash out. Because everybody got a cash out day. I had to talk to my oldest son about that yesterday. Everybody got a cash out day. Stop taking folk for granted because nobody knows when your cash out day coming. And sometimes that's the problem. We assume that our cash out day is going to be long down the line, not knowing we ain't got a lot of time left because guess what?
Borrowed time. Borrowed time, man.
At the end of the day, You could be walking across the street and a freak accident can happen, and you can there's so much can happen these days and times with so much. I drive the highways and byways, and watch this. I still laugh because this happened, and it's not funny, but it happened to someone I know who had this conversation. He was talking about he drives so much, but he cashed out because he was driving and there was a chemical plant that blew up, and the residual from the chemical plant caused something to happen that he had some type of medical equipment in him, a pacemaker or something like that, that shock wave from the explosion did something, and he was done. He just was, as they say, at the wrong place at the wrong time. Had he not been where he was at and the explosion happened and the shockwave hit him the way it hit him, he'd probably still be here. But guess what? Nobody knows.
No.
That day when God says it's time, when him come calling, as the Jamaicans say, when him come calling, nobody know that day. Nobody know that day.
And Joe, my grandfather passed last year, right? In a couple of weeks to be the year of that. There are so many minute, small things I tell myself, man, I wish I would have, and I wish I would have, and man, right. I should have. That coulda, woulda, shoulda, let's get longer and longer, bro.
Right.
So why you can, anybody watching this, why you can, man, go and do it. If it crosses your mind, do it right away. Do it immediately.
Oh, hold on. And watch this. And stop procrastinating. If I, at 25 minutes past the hour, can share any advice that I do constantly that I need to stop doing, stop procrastinating. If you feel like you need to say something, pick up the phone, call it, and say it to whom you need to say it to. If you feel like you need to text something, text it to whoever you need it. Let that thing, at least put yourself in a position to say, I said what I needed to say when I needed to say it, and I kept it moving. Because that woulda, coulda, shoulda, once again, when you go through all, it's going to mess with your heart, and it's going to squander what little time you got left. Because the time you sitting there with regret and woulda, coulda, shoulda, you could have been doing something, making memories and doing something positive. Because guess what? Stop being a rocking horse. A rocking horse got a lot of movement, but ain't making no forward motion. See, a lot of y'all, that's the problem. And I had that problem. Still, sometimes I fight that problem. I have a lot of back and forth. And sometimes it's a lot of back and forth banter. Times it's a lot of back and forth buffoonery. Sometimes it's some back and forth positive conversation. But back and forth without forward movement ain't nothing but a bunch of, to me, tomfoolery. Because all you did was talk a good game, and guess what? Never executed one play.
Joe, I learned something in the gym world, right? When I was just starting to be a trainer, an OG trainer, we were sitting on the sideline watching the gym floor, right? He said, look at that, Sean. A person over there doing something incorrectly, but they were doing it vigorously. They were doing it hard, sweating. He said, look, you can do a lot of movement and still not get nothing done.
No results.
You can do in the gym sweating. Don't mean it was affect the workout.
Hold it. If you do something incorrectly and you do it hard, you don't get the results. You may get injured. You may have a problem because you didn't do it correctly. See, okay, good that you went there at 27 minutes past the hour. Good transition. Thank you, Spirit of the Lord, for talking to me. Family, when it comes down to issues in our community, I don't care if it's from the Mardi Gras to why is it our schools don't look like their school? Why is it that our neighborhoods don't look like their neighborhoods? Why is it that we look impoverished, ran down, dilapidated, and they look brand new, up and coming? They are the place to be. Why is it that as soon as you sprinkle in some of the black and brown culture element into certain places, all of a sudden it goes from being the greatest place on earth to we don't want to be here no more? Black and brown folks, We got to get to a place where we can be, and I got to say it, and some of y'all gonna get mad at me when I say it. Just because you came from the hood, you don't have to take the hood with you everywhere you go. That hood mentality is good on certain things. But y'all do that like Frank's hot sauce. When it comes down to some of y'all, when it comes to being hood, y'all put that shit on everything. Just like Frank's hot sauce. That's the way the commercial go on Frank's hot sauce. My man said, here comes Frank's hot sauce. I put that shit on everything. Sometimes when y'all hoodism, and y'all think y'all hoodism is tenderism, but y'all hoodism is not tenderism. Y'all hoodism, it may fall off the bone, but it ain't tasty.
It ain't right. But it ain't right. Yeah, it ain't right. But Joe, you kind of sort of going to the edge of why I brought up the Acadiana Mall yesterday closing down possibly, right? Because for years, people were thumbing their nose at the north side, or the Northgate Mall closed because that side, this and that. Well, guess what? On the south side, that mall about to close too. So then what you gonna say?
Right. Hold on. And if you haven't discovered, and if you looked at it, that once again, let me say this: pay attention. Nobody wants to pay attention. For years, I know, because 100 BLK, my digital radio station, used to be brick and mortar in the Northgate Mall.
I saw it on 2 eyes. Beautiful thing. I saw it.
I will post pictures later on today. But I want y'all to understand this. When I was in the Northgate Mall with a brick and mortar, there was a lot of black and brown people trying to resurrect the Northgate Mall. They did it with no success. There was a lot of rocking chairs and rocking horses. There was a lot of back and forth and good ideas. But we can never come to a place to execute the resurrection. Now, all of a sudden, if you go to a Facebook page called Developing Lafayette, which is ran mostly by non-black and brown folks, you will see the resurgence of the Northgate Mall, because now it's the hub. Once again, family, stop saying because you see black faces in black and brown places that there are not non-black and brown folks behind it, because there never seems to be certain things that happen unless white folks got their hand in it. And they do it from the shadows. You see folks and you go, oh, that's so-and-so's project. No, that's so-and-so up front, because so-and-so is the front person to make you Negroes buy in that it is a black project. But the person who's really making the big money don't look like us, is in the back doing this number, counting hundreds.
Joe, back to the history. Look at the NAACP.
I'm glad you said that.
And look at, we love HBCUs. We just notified HBCU yesterday. You're going to do the history on a lot of HBCUs. Who were the founding people? How did they start? Even some of these names.
Now, let me say this. I ain't saying these folks. I ain't saying, right. I ain't saying these bad folks. I just say some of these folks ain't got, and ain't nothing wrong with acquiring wealth, physical wealth. Some people call it riches. I try to separate riches and wealth. Once again, I'm a wordsmith. I understand some of y'all want to be rich. I don't want to be rich. I love being wealthy. I believe I'm a wealthy man right now. I may not be wealthy to the point that some of you feel like my wealth is the Bentley. I want to be wealthy. My wealth ain't in a Bentley. My wealth ain't in a mansion. My wealth is a different type of wealth. But for those who like that type of wealth, I applaud you. I ain't saying I wouldn't take that type of wealth, but I don't yearn for that type of wealth. I don't strive for it. So back to where I was at, on this Facebook page called Developing Lafayette. They have now put out the projected vision for the Northgate Mall, which is now known as the Hub. It is a beautiful vision. It just ceases to amaze me how we can't get together as a people and bring forth such a vision on our own. I hate to say it, because yesterday somebody got mad at me about it. We have an event I have an organization I belong to. Some people know I am the past Grand Master. If you don't know what a Grand Master is, Google it. But I'm the past Grand Master of the most wishful King Solomon Grand Lodge of the state of Louisiana. Folks who know me know I've been a part of a lot of different organizations. Once again, today, I gave a big shout outs to the founding brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all have a great Founders Day. I am a Mason. So we have an event and we're having it at the Doubletree on Saturday. I had a person tell me, man, you should have had it at this black venue we have that's black owned and black ran. No, it's not black owned. It's black ran. See, don't feed me something that I know it ain't what it is. Because my response to you is, am I really supporting a black owned place? Or am I supporting a place that is black managed, black ran, and it appears to be black owned? Because the people behind it ain't black folks who black folks went to somebody and say, let us help you make this money. We're going to make our money. We're going to help you. Because watch this. If it ain't 100% going to a black man, it ain't black owned. If a white person said, we're going to let you do the land, we're going to get you the government funding, hold it. If all I got to do is get you your stuff and I get 20, hold it, that's a mafia move. We're going to make sure you can do it, but we get 20 or 30% off at the top of it. Oh, we're going to make it look like it's yours, but it's ours.
Yeah. We see it on the grand level where you think that Puff Daddy actually owns Ciroc? You think Jay-Z owns Ace of Spades? You think Rick Ross owns Rose? You think Jay-Z actually got a part of the Brooklyn Nets? You think it's optical illusion, like, bro. When you follow the actual money trail, hey, wait a minute. You was only a face man, the front man? That's crazy, bro.
So, family, we got to wake up, because a lot of our power and ownership is nothing more than illusions. Then we try to figure out why, when the war break out, why does it look like we not winning the war? We not winning the war because we ain't got the army that we done projected to you that we got. So it's hard for you to fight a war with an army that's not a real army. I don't know about y'all. I'm a comic book guy. I'm a big comic book guy. Sean loves to read books. Sean to tell you, man, I ain't met a comic book black guy like Joe in a long time. There is in comic books a character.
I love comics too. I love comics.
Y'all know him in the movies called Hellboy. Well, there was a series in Hellboy called The Golden Army. They actually made one movie of Hellboy, but it is literally a 20-series comic book about the Golden Army. And if you're able to run the Golden Army, use one bad, shut your mouth. But the point is, everybody can't run the Golden Army. See, so some of y'all are projecting to folks that you got the Golden Army until all of a sudden it's time to go to war. And when it's time to go to war and we all on the battlefield talking about we got the Golden Army behind it, we get ready to fight. Golden Army, the baddest thing on this planet. And we turn around, we ain't got the Golden Army. And it's just us on the battlefield.
You mentioned 300 the other day, right? 300.
Yes, sir.
The guy, he said, man, what's your profession? Are you a blacksmith? You a carpenter? He said, what's your profession? These boys are just warriors.
Right.
All they do is fight. We warriors.
And at 37 minutes past the hour, it brings me to somewhere else on the day after Sean P's birthday. Know your profession and play your position. Oh, that's tenderism right there. My headphones fell off the bowl. Hold on. Know your profession and play your position. See, we got too many folk that are black and brown. They don't know their profession. And because they don't know their profession, they can't play their position. So we got people around here who look like community leaders who have not one day studied the strategy of what makes a community a community. You don't even know urban development. You don't even know urban strategies to make urbans. Now, look, let me give some people some credit. And this is going to make some folk hot. but I give people credit where credit is due, even when sometimes I don't see eye to eye with them. I appreciate some certain folks I see in my community that I know have went to school, have went to study, have secretly kept their mouth closed, and they've learned how to develop urban areas. And yes, some of them have completely turned their backs on black and brown folks and have kind of leaned over to the Caucasian folks because they knew that's where the resources were at. And they knew if they hung with certain black and brown folks, they would never get what they needed to get. Hold it. Let me speak of myself. Where folks won't be saying, oh, Joe talking about so-and-so and such and such. No, Joe talking about Joe Dupree. Because a lot of y'all didn't know in my journey to receive my PhD, I had to sit down with a lot of non-melanated folks who, one of them, big up to Dr. Rick Swanson as he retires from UL, political science.
I know him. Yeah, I know him.
I consider Dr. Rick Swanson not only a friend, but really, truly my blood brother. And he is white as the day is long. So Dr. Swanson, along with some others, I have my professor, Dr. Dunleavy. I can name about 5 Caucasian PhD professors and doctors in their degreed profession who sit me down and said, hey, man, we will guide you, we will help you, and we will find resources for you to go get your PhD. Now, mind you, 5 Caucasians who I happen to have relationships with, who I am friends with, I named only 2. I'm not going to name the other 3 because I ain't going to let everybody know who I know. Got together and not only helped me get into the PhD program at Walden University, found me financial resources to pay for it. Then
you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Hold on, Sean. Now here comes the crazy part. I know 5 melanated doctors who I all went to and asked for while I was on this journey of getting accepted, some type of help, direction, some type of encouragement. Only 1 out of 5 gave me anything. And that's why I give big ups to Judge Royal Colbert right now.
Yeah. Now, Joe, let me ask you a question.
I ain't gonna tell you the other 4 I spoke to, but only 1 of the 5 said, hey, man, sit down. I'm going to talk to you. If you should need this, if you need me to help you look over a paper. He actually even encouraged me and got me in contact with the chancellor at Southern University Law School and said, hey, man, why didn't you try to come to Southern and get this degree? I said, well, I didn't know it was offered. I thought it was, the only thing you offered was a law degree. They said, no, you could have got this degree here at Southern. But I had already set forth on the journey and was too far in and invested. Then they tried to convince me, man, maybe you need to flip this all over and get you a law degree. But I ain't trying to be a lawyer. But the point I want to share with you is the problem. We got a problem with ourselves. I had 5 white folk who had no problem, did not see me as a financial threat, did not see me as a social threat, be exact. One of them told me, brother, as soon as you finish this first semester, I have a teaching opportunity for you that you can earn money as an adjunct professor as you are still, if you're not too busy and too deep into the final stage of getting your PhD. Because they said your dissertation and your thesis is going to be a monster. You got a lot of argument and a lot of study and research to do. The only Black doctor who even spoke to me with encouragement was Judge Royal Colbert.
I'll tell you what, Joe. Based on my own journeys and personal training as one aspect, in the psychology realm, two aspects, and now I'm doing what I'm doing with this. In all three phases of those parts of my life, it's been other people that helped me out the most, to be honest. And I can't explain why that phenomenon is, but it's just what it is. To be objective about it, when I go and speak at a school, what school gonna pay me the best? Pay me on time, pay me up front, pay for my travel, pay for my meals.
Not
That's not
argue
our
about
school.
not argue about whatever those charges are. Not Jew you down. As I hate to use the word Jew you down, but that's how they do it. Not saying, well, wait a minute, you charge how much, Sean? We really can't afford that. Can you not do it for this? Always be the black and brown schools. But then we ask ourselves why we don't have a certain level of excellence and expectations. It's because we dumb ourselves down. You know, I had to mitigate. This is what made me laugh. And I'm going to talk about somebody, and I hope you're watching it. If you're not watching, I hope somebody let you know. Somebody had to mitigate a gall to reach out to somebody and say, man, is Joe really going to get his PhD? And the person said, yes, he is. I said, wow, why'd y'all help him? And the person said, why not? So once again, y'all sit around. Listen, I don't care what your blessing is. Be exact. Let me do this right now. Let me show you. I told folks, I ain't got to be good with you, and I ain't going to do this because folks are going to say, you're not good with this person. I am very good with this person. There are a lot of things going on right now, and I brought that up yesterday. Right now, if you knew me from my radio time, when I used to have the Joe Dupree morning show on 105.9, Z105.9, the radio station I got fired from. And once again, I tell folks that are your skin folk, ain't your kin folks. I'll leave it at that. This time a year, when I was on Z105.9, I had befriended and became friends with, I consider her still a friend, Tanya Bowden Ball. Tanya Bowden Ball does a care package thing this time of year where she collects perishable, non-perishable goods like paper plates and paper towels. Because guess what? Folks are talking about they're giving away food. Some folks ain't got nothing to eat the food out of. Man, go support Tanya Bowden Ball and her care package. Y'all can go to her Facebook page to be exact. I might go right now. I'm pretty sure she's got something up about it, and I'll let y'all see about it. And she works with some great organizations. She works with some great folks trying to make sure that folks are taken care of who can't. Hold up. See there? Yeah, I got to spell it sometimes out. You know, she makes sure. Let me see. I don't know if she even got a flyer on her thing. But once again, yeah, here it is. Here it is. I'm gonna let y'all see it. Listen, family. So y'all can say, you know, watch this. I told you, if it's for the greater good of the community, I don't care where we may stand, who you work with, or who I may or may not agree with. This is for the greater good of the community. And because it's for the greater good of the community, family, go support the 13th annual Community Cares Love Thy Neighbor Holiday Care Package Drive. The flyer is up there. Tell a friend to tell a friend. To be exact, I will probably take that flyer off her page and put it on my page and tell folks, go support this event. Go support this lady because she is helping folks who cannot help themselves. Now, folk will reach out for me and say, but she might, man, I don't care. Listen, Tanya, my friend, and who Tanya decides to be friends with, that is Tanya's business. It ain't up for me. Guess what? And I ain't one of those crazy. Y'all need to start reading some Malcolm. Y'all need to start reading some W.E.B. Du Bois. Y'all definitely need to start reading some Marcus Garvey because they will tell you how the enemy of Pan-Africanism and enemies of Black folks will try to convince you that the enemy, the friend of your enemy is your enemy too. No, they not. They just friends with people that you don't deal with. See, we got to stop that. We got to stop saying the friend. Hold it. Watch. Hold up. Sean, let me take this down because I'm about to go somewhere. Ooh, let me stop. Let me stop. Okay. The old saying, a friend of my enemy is my friend, is an old proverb from a prince who actually winded up getting killed by said friend who was friend of enemy Because no, the friend of your enemy is temporarily your friend until he realizes that he's more your enemy than he is your friend. Stop that. Just because you deal
Hey
with
Joe,
somebody, talk to
y'all
me.
not friends. Y'all trauma bonded.
Right.
So on the phone, we can both say, "Man, Joe did it to you. He did it to me too." Man, Joe told me that too. We're not friends. We just feel like a vibrational frequency, like we friends. And then the
Right.
minute Joe not in the equation no more, I realized that wait a minute, I don't like you. I don't
Right.
rock with you.
Hold it. I don't like you either. That's it. That's it. So watch this. Y'all have commonality. That's tenderism, y'all. I'm gonna make this fall off the bone too. Y'all have commonality. And the commonality is y'all may have experienced similar things with a similar individual. A lot of women have that and men have that with their exes. That's why you can sit down with the ex of your ex and have a conversation because y'all have commonality. That doesn't mean,
back to us being military veterans. I mean, I'm a Navy guy, right? All of
right?
my naval people, they're not all my Navy brothers. We endure certain things in boot camp together. Yet we endure certain things on the ship together. You're not my actual brother or my friend. You still had guys we didn't like on the ship. You still had guys we didn't rock with out in town, off the ship. I'm not hanging with y'all off the ship. We do this job on the ship. When we leave, we part ways.
Man,
That's
listen,
understood.
the deepest song I listen to, and I listen to everything. I listen to NBA Youngboy to me listening to Paparazzi. I go from Youngboy to Paparazzi. Mo3 said everybody ain't your friend. If you ever listen to a song, just listen to the words. Mo3 said something that was deep. Mo3 said everybody trying to get him. His woman ain't happy. The DA out there working. The judge and the jury trying to prosecute him. The friends that he thought was his friends trying to grab his dope and turn on him and kill him. He said, everybody ain't your friend, everybody ain't your partner. But he stopped right then and said one of the deepest lines I think has ever been said in a rap song. But he said, but if I tell you I got you, I got you. See, them the type folks, I do. I look at the melanation of your skin and I pray and hope that me and you are the same like-minded individuals because we have a commonality that we both went through the struggle of what this melanation of our skin brings along. But I do come to realize that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And just because you black and brown don't mean that you down. Oh, where Dolomite at? Dolomite somewhere talking about this is tenderism. He got it falling off the bone. So at 9 minutes to the top of the hour, all I can say is, if I say I got you, I got you. So I can't, as much as I love Sean P, I can only speak for Joe. So when I say I got you, if me and Sean roll together and Sean ain't got you, that's between you and Sean. Joe ain't got nothing to do with it. And if you choose to stop dealing with Joe because Joe deal with Sean, that's you. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
And
Because
Joe,
once again, hold on, Sean, let me hit him because we gonna go there. Because once I tell you I got you, I got you. So hold on. Me being associated with Sean because actually, believe it or not, mama, there go that man. Mama, there go that man. As a friend of y'all can like the language or not, like I told you, I ain't going to none of y'all commercial churches anyway. So y'all ain't got to call me into the pastor's quarters to talk about, Joe, you can't talk about that and represent this religious organization. You know, we can't have you on your podcast talking like that. No, because I don't go to none of your goddamn churches. So let me make that clear. That's my nigga if he don't get no bigger. Period. If you and Sean done fell out, that's between you and Sean. See, I'm a real nigga. Your problem with Sean ain't got nothing to do with Joe. And the moment you try to put me into your problems with Sean, guess what I know? Right then, you might not be the one I need to roll with. Maybe, I'll keep my word. Whatever we supposed to be doing, we'll do it, but we won't do nothing else. Because that lets me know how messy you are. Because all of a sudden now you want me to jump on your hate train for Sean. Sean ain't did nothing for me. I don't hate folks because of the beef y'all two got going with each other. That's between y'all. My name is Paul. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. Go ahead, Sean.
I hate scenarios like that where, like you just said, I'm cool with you, I'm cool with Brother Bowtie, cool with whoever. A person got a problem with Brother Bowtie hypothetically, and you want me to just, discard because of y'all, whatever y'all got, he never did me nothing. Never told me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you expect this allegiance? And the same thing for me. If I got a problem with a guy, I don't expect you to come and join my thing. I don't expect that kind of thing out of a person. I never understand where that comes from.
Baby, that comes from you need validation for your mess. See, I don't need validation no more. Listen, baby, hold on. I've been flying this thing solo since day one. And I realized that's the reason why God, listen, I look at things differently than y'all look at things differently because I read. I even speak differently than some of y'all speak. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all. Some of y'all say, look at the storm God brought in my life. God don't bring no storms in nobody's life. Situation happens and God allows you to live through it, see it, experience it for a reason. God ain't stuff. If it's negative, God created everything, but everything has some things have mind of its own. Hold on. Let me say that again. God created everything. And at the raw essence of when God created it, it was good. Okay. But as the raw essence begins to, for those that God has blessed to have a mind and a conscience of their own, you had the mind of Christ and the mind of God when you were born. But you did have one thing that most things don't have. You have your own will to do what you want to do. And you don't really, God loved you so much that God gave you God conscious. You can defy him yourself. You can sit there and say, you know what, God, I know you told me not to eat of this tree, but F you, I'm going to eat of it anyway. I'm just going to deal with the consequences of eating from the tree. Oh, I'm talking good. It's 5 minutes to the top of the hour. But watch this. Here's the problem. A lot of y'all want to talk that ish until the consequences jump out. And the same, when them consequences jump out, y'all the first one screaming to the same man that told you not to eat the tree for all the help. Lord, help me. Lord, help me. Lord, I need it. Lord, Jesus, help me. Then you start getting on here social media, becoming false teachers, preachers, bishops, prophetess, talking about, oh, I'm an ordained minister. Lord knows that y'all need to cash at me. No, you got your ass in that financial situation and you figured out the quickest way to get out of it is all of a sudden say that you are a religious organization that needs help. Because you know folks' heartstrings will pull toward, I'm giving unto the Lord. Stop pulpit pimping and hustling folks, because some of y'all got good gifts to gab, but y'all ain't nowhere called by God to do anything in the pulpit or even portray yourself to be nothing but a person with good speech and the gift of talking. That's what I have. I will never take on the title. Tried to do it, listened to man, did not listen to God, and paid for it seriously. Man, you better stop playing with the Lord like that. I don't play with God like that. That's just me. Yes, sir.
They are not just not called. They are actually disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
They are disconnected from that thing. Not just not called. Disconnected from the source.
Hold on. Y'all got to stop this. And I can say it. I ain't gonna call no names out. I ain't putting you. Oh, some folk getting nervous right now. Y'all got to stop being on here. Teachers, preachers, bishops, prophets, prophetess. Man, y'all out here watching more Pornhub, doing more sexual deviant stuff. Y'all out here looking at these little girls and little boys. Y'all doing all kind of malice and immoral things, but y'all get on here and preach your ass off. Stop that. Stop it. Then you got the mitigated gall and audacity to even try to utter my name as if I got problems. Baby, I used to be a drunk, used to be a liar, showed them ran these streets and ran these women and done did a lot of effed up stuff and still ain't a perfect man as I stand before you today. Because like I tell you, I ain't ashamed to tell you, nobody knows where the nose goes when the doors close. I'm going to put that on the shirt, Sean. It's coming. I feel it.
Yeah, I love it. It's tough. It's tough, Joe. It's gonna work.
Hey, it's hard. As a partner of mine used to say at radio, it's hard, but it's fair. So y'all stop all this. See, that's the reason why our leadership's so messed up. Because we got leadership out there talking leadership stuff, and it's good talk, and it's talk of substance, but there's somebody somewhere who knows where the nose went when the doors closed. And say, wait a minute, you over here talking about this, that, these, and the third, but I know where you were at last night. And I know what you did last summer. If I want to get cliches with the movie. See, that's the problem. And sadly, one of our biggest problems at Black and brown folks is we don't let go of the past. So there are folk out there, and I think you need to read it. I forgot his name. His name is Muhammad. I forgot his name. He wrote a book, and Sean, I need to find that book. He wrote a book about why he didn't follow Malcolm, because he knew Malcolm when Malcolm was Detroit Red. And he said it was the biggest mistake he ever made.
I want to say something to that, Joe. I think in our community in particular, we want to have a perfect leader for some reason. In other communities, they can be flawed as all outside, but they're going to still press that button.
Grab them by the coochie.
They gonna still press that button on
Good
game
people
day.
on both sides. Hold it.
But
they're literally
we gotta walk on water.
Say it, Sean. Say it. I'm gonna piggyback on it. Say it.
I understand we gotta almost walk on water, even be worthy to be in the conversation. We gotta be twice as good and triple times as great. And come on, man. That's not fair to anybody, Joe. I read a lot of biographies, a lot of memoirs. Guess what? They were all flawed. You name a person, they got big old flaws, but they're a person, and we got flaws. So why would I expect the pastor or whoever not to have a flaw? We all got them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hold on. We will dog drag a Black and brown person for one mistake, a character flaw, an issue. But the same folks who love Jesus, evangelical, Black and brown evangelical, Trump is the way, the truth, and the light. That's how y'all act. Y'all, 34 felonies. Forgive that. Pay that no attention. Grab him by the pussy. Oh, man, please. He was just talking. Good people on both sides. Yeah, you know, man, that's just how he is. Has never. Hold on. This Bible says, be weary of those. This book right here says, be weary of anyone who makes a debt and doesn't pay the debt. That's his word, not mine. That's the word that's in here. And one of the precautionary things it says in this book, be careful of folk who have not changed their ways. Now, see, y'all don't want to talk about that. In this book, it says, hey, because in this book, there's a story where it was a question brought up. Well, whoa, wait a minute. If you are who you say you are, why did you choose these people to follow you? Because this man here, he a tax collector. This man here is this man here is that. The person named all the flaws. See, y'all don't want to tell that story because, see, that story brings up what he really said. And what he really said was, I see their exterior. I see their exterior like you see their exterior, but I look beyond that. I see their interior and I know where they're going. And just because they started this way don't mean they're going to end this way. Y'all too busy trying to hold them to what you know. I know their spirit. See, that's y'all. None of y'all really read it. So y'all sit there and let these pulpit pimps, and some of them are just that, not all of them. But y'all let these pulpit pimps because they trying to make you holler for $1 because understand what they really doing. They selling you, hold it. Some of these preachers, prophets, bishops, prophetess, teachers are the best Amway salesmen that you'll ever meet. Because they done sold you something that you won't receive or ever get until you're no longer in this breathing body. But they done convinced you that the way you get what you need to get is to give to them.
And Joe, the hardest thing for me as a writer for the past 8 years, eight years this month, my first book, right? The hardest part as a writer of self-help, motivation, inspirational stuff, and Sister Alethea, Motivational Mondays, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, community, we talk about self-help and raising yourself up and getting better, but we don't actually allow people the chance to prove they're elevated. Your flaw from the 90s is stay your flaw. What you did in your 20s is stay your flaw. Like, no. We're supposed to allow a person to show us development and growth, evolution. We don't do that. So then, why do we write these books then, Joe? Why we on the microphone right now talking to you and I? If we don't allow that to happen, what are we doing? That's what I'm left to ask.
I mean, family, in order to be better, not only do you have to do better, but you have to admit to the wrong that you've done, and you have to adjust and make a change. See, not only do you have to make a change, you have to adjust. Too many times, we don't adjust. We make a change, but we don't adjust. It's one thing to make a change, but not to adjust. And some people can do either one. They can not make a change, but they make an adjustment, or they make a change and they don't make an adjustment. Now, people go, well, what do you mean? That don't make sense. It does make sense. You got to understand that you can't do stuff just for appearance. Either you really did it, you really meant it, because I will know because I'll feel it in the heart. Forget what you said. Forget what I saw. If I don't feel it, I know something ain't right. And that's the problem with a lot of stuff and a lot of the leaders that we're trying to follow. And like you said, these perfect leaders, all Black and brown leaders have to be perfect. Even right now, on the up and coming MLK holiday that will be here almost less than a month, somebody gonna bring up, man, do you know how King was running all them hoes on Coretta? And then somebody gonna use it as justification. Hell, if Martin Luther King couldn't be faithful, I can't be faithful either. But here's the crazy thing. While you talking about King, because it's always good to desecrate a Black man. Black man is the most desecrated, verbal desecrated individual on this planet. Because folks will go on here and talk about a Black man like he ain't nothing. And folks will applaud it. Folks will, but let it Kevin Samuels rise up and all of a sudden start talking about what the Black women are doing. Oh, it's time to go to war with, he ain't nothing. See, it ain't right to always air your dirty laundry. Sometimes we have to say, what did I contribute to this series of unfortunate circumstances and events that it came to pass? Understand, the reason a lot of our Black women are suffering is because of the lack of Black fathers in the family. And the reason a lot of our Black men are suffering is because of the over feminism that was put into them by single Black mothers as they were raised as young Black men. Mother's doing a great job, but you sprinkle too much of you on your child who was a man, and now he got some real feminine ways because he got it from you, and you put it on him. Because guess what? Children ain't nothing but sponges, and they will imitate what is ever around them. But y'all don't want to talk about that. And when I go there, y'all got the mitigated gall and audacity to call me or get in my inbox, or then try to go on your live and try to call my shit bullshit. That ain't bullshit. That's real shit. Because the truth about it is, most of us are victims of circumstance. But y'all don't read this book. In this book, let me close out on this, because Sean, I know you got to go. And I unless you're trying to hang around because the road's a little wet right now, but hold on. I might go all the way to the bottom of the hour. In this book, there is a story about a young royal man called Mephibosheth. He went to a place called Lodabar, but let's talk about his humble beginnings. As a baby, where he had absolutely nothing to do with it, there was a siege on the castle that he lived in. And within the siege, because they knew the enemy was coming to kill everybody in the castle, somebody grabbed him and dropped him. Now he is deformed because something got broke when he was dropped. Now he is deformed for life, not of his own doing, but because in the way of somebody trying to get the hell out of a bad situation, they dropped him. That's a lot of us. Y'all don't want to admit it because y'all want to sit around and look like y'all super Negro. Because being super Negro, the white man likes you, and now all of a sudden you can speak for all the Negroes. But a lot of y'all come from situations where somebody was trying to get out of a bad situation, and on their way of trying to get out the bad situation, they dropped you. And you have the bruises, the scars, the deformity of being dropped. You of royal blood and royal lineage. And there are people out there looking for you, but you too busy trying to cover up your deformities and your scarring because you were dropped. You had nothing to do with the dropping. It is what it is. And some of you don't understand. If we wearing clothes or you sitting at a table, I can't see what's going on underneath the table. You might be in a wheelchair. I don't know it, but I can't see it if we all sitting at the table. But then we come up with these cliché terms. Oh, seat at the table, make my own table. No, let's go back to basics. B to B, back to basics. Reasons a lot of y'all are so effed up is because you got dropped. And you got dropped by the people who loved you the most, but you don't want to come to terms with that the reason they dropped you wasn't because they wanted to drop you. It's because they were trying to flee a terrible situation that would have killed you had they have stayed. That's straight tenderism.
That's it right there. You dropped it right there, Joe.
Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to not only forgive yourselves, but you got to go forgive your daddy that wasn't there. Because your daddy was dropped. If your mama didn't do everything she was supposed to do, you might need to forgive her too. Because listen, we all have been dropped. Because if you are a black or brown person in the United States of America, all your life, you've been running, trying to get away from a bad situation.
Yeah. And Joe, so many of us proclaim to be like some of the first generation business owners or first generation graduates or first generation, whatever it is. That means your whole lineage prior to, they only gave you what they could. That's all they had. You're the one that shot past that. Congratulations. But guess what? You can't hold what they didn't know against them.
That part.
So if you are some of the people that's leading in your generation, your lineage, you can't hold it against your parents to what they didn't show you, what they didn't have. They gave you all they got.
John,
it's too bad it wasn't enough, but they gave you all they got.
Take us out of here, man. Take us out of here. Tell us about the Griot Podcast. Tell us about the Sean P experience. Let's go.
Griot Podcast, go and check it out. Myself, my brother Kofi, my sister Dr. Ashley Wade, our three-headed monster of a podcast. Our magazine made the 1-year anniversary. That's right. 6 issues of Estelle magazine, sold to Black-owned press. All the contributors are Black and brown people. I am over the movie and TV show review. Go and check it out right now online. The Griot Podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. My man Sean P. Once again, 44 rotations around the sun. I pray that he sees 4,444 more. You're truly Joe Dupree. And look, family, we getting ready to get up out of here, win a little bit overtime. Just wanted to share to y'all out of abundance of love, forgiveness. That's the word for this Turn Up Thursday, turn down for. Forgive. Forgive all. Forgive all. You might not forget all, but forgive all. And embrace the journey that got you to where you at today. Embrace the good, the bad, and the ugly. Embrace it all. Because you would not be who you are today had it not been the journey that you have endured to this point. We still got many more miles to go. Be appreciative of the now. With that being said, as I always end every show, be better today than you were yesterday. And do something today to bless somebody somewhere that no matter what you do, there's no earthly way you could ever receive a payment from them to pay for the generosity that you gave them. And always remember that there is no secret what God can do, what he has done for others, willing he can do for you. For when God is with you, nothing or no one can stand against you. Support my girl, Tanya Bowden Ball, and her 13th annual Community Cares Love Thy Neighbor Holiday Care Package Drive. The flyer is up there. Watch my social media. I will post the flyer also. We have to be about the business of being our brother and our sister's keeper, not from the Cain and Abel story that is told in the Bible, because that is literally saying, I killed him. What was I supposed to do? No, be concerned about the greater good of those that live around you and want everybody to live long and prosper. Y'all have a blessed one. We up out of here. Peace.